What's up guys, and welcome back to another video here on B Mills Wrestling. In today's video, I'm going to be giving you guys my final Clash in Paris predictions. Before we get into the video, if you guys are not already, make sure to subscribe to the channel. And don't forget to turn on post notifications so you don't miss any new uploads. And don't forget to leave a like down below. Alright guys, let's get into the video. The first match that we have on this Clash in Paris card is Nikki Bella versus Becky Lynch for the Women's Intercontinental Championship. I'm actually pretty excited for this match. I have loved the feud between these two. The promos between them have been excellent. I think this is a perfect match for the women's IC title. I think Nikki Bella is right where she belongs, in the mid-card scene. You know, if she wants to stick around and, give it one final go, I feel like her being around the mid-card, helping that title is the perfect way for her to go out, right? And then for Becky Lynch, obviously she has been on the run of her career. In my opinion, probably her best run of her career. Just holding the championship, feuding with Lyra Valkyria and Bayley. The feud with them two was great. And now, moving right into the feud with Nikki Bella. And the feud, like I said, has been great as well. So I am excited for this match. But I definitely do expect Becky Lynch to retain in this match. I don't see a single universe where Nikki Bella is the one to dethrone Becky Lynch. Because, like I said, Becky's reign has been so incredible. I do expect her to continue to hold the title past Clash in Paris. And, feud with names like Io Sky, Stephanie Vauquer, and a few others. I would be majorly shocked if Nikki Bella somehow pulled this off and beat Becky Lynch for the Women's Intercontinental Championship. It just wouldn't make any sense to me. I think this is a good feud for the title, but it's not a feud where the title should change hands. So yeah, I'm rolling with Becky Lynch. She will retain her Women's IC title. The next match that we have on this Clash in Paris card is Sheamus versus Rusev in an old-fashioned Donnybrook match, which is basically another way of saying it's a street fight. It's a no DQ match. This is obviously going to be their third match together. We saw Rusev get the first one, and then Sheamus get the second one. This is going to be their trilogy, and I do definitely expect this feud to end after this match at Clash in Paris. The matches between these two have been really fun. The brawls backstage and everywhere around the arena has been really fun. I just think it's a perfect feud for the mid-card. Like, there's no harm in it at all. So happy that Sheamus is getting onto this Clash in Paris card. We haven't seen him have a singles match on a PLE in quite some time. I forget when the last time was, but it's been a while, right? And then obviously the last time we saw him on a PLE was Survivor Series, which was quite a long time ago, almost a year ago. So it's good to see him get back on to a PLE. For Rusev, this will be, I believe, his first PLE since returning to the WWE. This has been a major first feud for him. I don't know really who's going to win this match. This is probably one of the more unpredictable ones, but if I had to pick one, I'm going to roll with Rusev. I think that Sheamus, he's trying to put over Rusev. This is, like I said, Rusev's first major feud since returning to the WWE. So I would be surprised if Sheamus went over in this match and ultimately took 2 out of 3 from Rusev. I expect this to be a fun-ass match, though, with a lot of weapons being used. These two guys just beating the hell out of each other like they have been for the past couple of months. But in the end, I do expect Rusev to win this match. I do expect him to win it in a brutal way as well. Obviously, they're not going to make Sheamus go out looking weak. I don't know if Rusev wins with the accolade or he just absolutely destroys Sheamus with some type of weapon and then picks up the win. But either way, I'm rolling with Rusev in this one. The next match that we have on this Clash in Paris card is Roman Reigns versus Bronson Reed, the Tribal Chief versus the Tribal Thief. I'm actually very excited for this match. I'm excited to see Roman Reigns, fight on a PLE in a singles match. This is the first time we're going to see that since WrestleMania 40 when he lost the title to Cody Rhodes. Pretty crazy stat. And obviously, this doesn't have anything to do with the championship. This just straight up has to do with the fact that Bronson Reed has been stealing this man's shoes for months now. He has already collected 2 pairs. He tried to collect his Roman Reigns' pair of shoes that he was just wearing on the last episode of Monday Night Raw. This, it's not obviously what it's just about. This is about Bronson Reed bullying Roman Reigns, and Roman Reigns finally looking to get his get back on Bronson Reed and pick up a victory. This is huge, though, for Bronson Reed. Like, this is greatly huge. Like, we obviously saw the feud between him and Seth Rollins, and that helped elevate him a lot. But then, they kind of went into the War Games, situation where he was, joining Solo and the Bloodline, which I thought was a little questionable. And then he broke his ankle, or whatever he did to it, and he was out for months. And then obviously comes back in this faction, kind of didn't really have, his place in the faction. It felt like he was the odd man out. But then he really found his thing with the Shula Fala, being the Tribal Thief, and he finally got the fans to get behind him. And now he goes into what is definitely the biggest match of his entire career versus Roman Reigns. I would be surprised, though, if he won this match. I think it would obviously do wonders for him. Anybody beating Roman Reigns in a singles match would be crazy. I don't know if, I'm to expect division in this match. I don't think we'll see Seth Rollins get involved in this match, but I do think we will see Braun Breaker get involved in this match. a potential fourth member of the faction, maybe. I don't think that's the case, but I definitely do think Braun Breaker and maybe Paul Heyman will have involvement in this match. But I just have such a tough time, seeing Roman Reigns lose a one-on-one to Bronson Reed. Seth Rollins did lose a one-on-one to Bronson Reed. So Bronson, he has a big win under his belt within the last year. But I don't know if I can see him beating Roman Reigns in this match. The only way I could really see it is if they're trying to write Roman off TV, which is a huge possibility. Because Roman Reigns is going to film Street Fighter, I feel like he is going to do this PLE at Clash in Paris, and then he's going to take some time off and return around Survivor Series for War Games. So maybe they have Bronson Reed straight up destroy Roman Reigns in this match, maybe with the help of Braun Breaker. I'm not too sure. And then you have Bronson beat Roman Reigns in this match. That would be crazy, but I just don't see it happening. I don't see it happening. I think Roman Reigns will be victorious. I think Roman Reigns will beat Bronson Reed in this match. The next match we have on this PLE is John Cena versus Logan Paul. Obviously, a lot of people are not too happy about this match. They feel as if John Cena is wasting his dates on Logan Paul when he could be feuding with guys like AJ Styles, Seth Rollins, so-and-so. I have, had the same, thought process to this as well. But after seeing the promo between John Cena and Logan Paul on Friday Night SmackDown, I am 100 times more invested. I just love seeing a babyface John Cena get to roast the guy, the heel on the roster that everybody hates, like all the fans hate. That was cool to see John Cena, back in his element as a babyface, just roasting the bad guy. But who wins this match? Honestly, I'm not too sure on this one either. I could see a world where, John Cena just beats Logan Paul and that's it, because John Cena should beat Logan Paul. I could also see a world where John Cena puts over Logan Paul because he loves Logan Paul. He's been raving about Logan Paul and his abilities and how he, belongs in WWE. So I could see him, now that he's a babyface and not the champion, wanting to put over some young superstars like Logan Paul. I really don't want to see that, though. I don't want to see John Cena start to lose matches, especially not to Logan Paul. But I think that the biggest possibility is that Brock Lesnar comes back. Now, I could see Brock Lesnar coming back during this match and helping Logan Paul beat John Cena. But I could also see him returning after the match and beating up John Cena to set up their feud for WrestlePalooza, which is obviously where they're going to do John Cena versus Brock Lesnar. So I'm going to say that John Cena does beat Logan Paul in this match, but then Brock Lesnar returns after the match. He takes out John Cena, maybe gives him an F5, takes him to Suplex City, whatever, brutally beats up John Cena, and then you get your build to WrestlePalooza with John Cena and Brock Lesnar. I'm rolling with John Cena in this one. I really don't want to see Logan Paul beat John Cena. Now that brings me to the main event of Clash in Paris, or what I think will be the main event, and that is the Fatal 4-Way for the World Heavyweight Championship between Seth Rollins, the champion, and the contenders LA Knight, Jey Uso, and CM Punk. I am so excited for this match. The feud and the build has been very good with, obviously the vision, standing tall a lot over this group, LA Knight, Jey Uso, CM Punk, they haven't been on the same page with each other, and a lot of that has to do with their egos. It has to do with the fact that they're all in the same match. They're going to have to fight each other. They're not just going into this match to fight Seth Rollins. It's every man for himself in a Fatal 4-Way. I know a lot of people, have been saying that the main events of Raw have been boring and repetitive. I think it's all just a build for this great match at Clash in Paris, and it's going to be a great match. I am super excited for this. I just love multi-man matches. We haven't had a Fatal 4-Way for a World Championship I think since Royal Rumble 2024, when it was Roman versus Randy versus LA Knight versus AJ Styles. So I'm super excited to see this match. I think this one is very predictable, though. Nonetheless, I think Seth Rollins is definitely going to retain his World Heavyweight Championship in this match. I would be very shocked if he lost it. I think when he loses the title, it is going to be either to CM Punk or Roman Reigns, and it's going to be in a singles match. I don't see him losing in a Fatal 4-Way where he doesn't even have to be the one to get pinned. As for who I think is going to take the pin, I think it's going to be Jey Uso. Jey Uso is the guy that everybody's saying doesn't belong in this match, and I agree. I don't think Jey Uso belongs in this match at all. CM Punk and LA Knight, they earned their way to this match. They deserve another title shot at Seth Rollins. Jey Uso just kind of came out of nowhere, so that's why I think he's taking the pin in this match. I do expect a funky finish where we have, maybe CM Punk hit LA Knight with a BFT, Jey Uso hit CM Punk with a super kick and a spear, and then Seth Rollins stomped Jey Uso. Seth Rollins is going to weasel his way into the ring, after all three of these men are taking each other out. He's going to let them do the heavy hitting, the hard work of the match. He's going to slide in, he's going to hit one of them with a stomp, and then he's going to win the match. Obviously, we could also see Braun Breaker, Bronson Reed in this match. Like I said earlier, we could see a fourth member debut in this match. I don't think that's ridiculous. I think there will be a fourth member solely for the fact that, they're going to need 4 or 5 for War Games. You can't do War Games with 3 people. So I think the chances of another member debuting for the division, are high. I just don't know if that's going to be at Clash in Paris. I don't think Seth is going to need that much help to win this match. And he could win this match clean as well. Like I said, I think he could just slither in at the end and hit Jey Uso with a stomp. Because like I said, I think Jey Uso is going to take the pin in this match and then pick up the win. And I will expect this feud to continue after Clash in Paris. Not with Jey Uso, hopefully. But I think LA Knight is going to get another singles opportunity. Maybe at the next PLE. Maybe WrestlePalooza. Maybe they do CM Punk versus Seth Rollins. I don't know what they're going to do. But I do expect Seth to win this match and move on as World Heavyweight Champion past Clash in Paris. Alright guys, that's going to do it for today's video. If you guys like this video, make sure to smash the thumbs up down below. Don't forget to comment down below what future videos you guys would like to see from me. Alright guys, peace.